Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. The 13 hunters from Kano arrested in Ekiti recently on spy mission and advance party. This is juicy. Well, I'll give you a little bit of breakdown and a background before we go into this news. If you refer to my former news, you will hear about some hunters that came to Ekiti State. Apparently, herdsmen, they came to Ekiti State. About 10 of them, the villagers saw. And when they saw them, they noticed that these were not usual residents that live amongst and amidst them. And so they alerted the police immediately. Guess what? The police came and they were arrested. When they arrested them, they took them to the station and they started investigation. Remember, we kept you up to date on the arrest, and we later found out that they were 13 as against the 10 that was initially reported that the villagers saw, and they were like, oh, these are strange faces. These don't live among us and we don't really know them. And so the police was alerted immediately. So in total, there were 13 of them. And we remember we kept you informed that from Abuja, what's it called? The head of police was saying they should transfer them to Abuja. But Ekiti State Police Division said no, they were going to hold them and carry out investigation on why they came all the way. Initially, they said they were hunters and that they have come to hunt all the way from Kano. No bush. From Kano, that they travel all the way from the north. They travel past Lagos, travel everywhere. They pass Middle Belt. They pass all the states. Now Ekiti, they can't finally drop themselves. Anyway, they came into Ekiti and investigation began. And, not knowing that the mission on why they had come to Ekiti State, remember Operation Amuteku? Remember the 5 Southwest governors that noticed insecurity was becoming an issue in that area, and people were being killed, lives and property destroyed. Yeah, so they decided to come out with a security outfit called Operation Amuteku. Amuteku started, and guess what? The North started throwing tantrums. Maeti Allah started saying it was aimed at the North, it was aimed at the Fulanis, it was aimed at the Hausa community. I don't know how issues in the Southwest concerns the North. Anyway, let's leave that for another day. And so these guys were being investigated, and they said that they actually came on a spy mission. They want to see the length and breadth of Amuteku, what it's all about, how sophisticated they are, how organized this group will be, and what will be, if they can still infiltrate by the time Operation Amuteku kicks off. So let's go to the news. The 13 hunters from Kano arrested in Ekiti recently on spy mission and advance party. What Nigerians need to know and do urgently, or be prepared to perish stupidly in the hands of enemies, planning wickedly and going about their plans desperately. Every Nigerian needs to read this, needs to hear this, and I tell you, if you want your family to be safe from an impending pendulum of danger glooming around with these herdsmen, you need to hear this. Please, just give me 10 minutes of your time, yeah? In case you have not heard, it was recently in the news, like I said, refer back to my previous news, that at least 13 suspects, bandits, Fulani herdsmen, I don't know how they call them, now just to Igbo English say they be bandits. They were wandering around with dangerous weapon, were arrested by the police in Emaro, Ekiti, a town in Emoru local government area of Ekiti State. According to the reports which reached us, Ekiti State Police Public Relations Officer ASP Sunday Abutu, with the help of the people of that community, we arrested these 13 hunters who said they were hunters from Kano. The report also explained that it was some security conspiracy members of Imoru who raised the alarm. I don't get it. What conspiracy? They are only keeping their lives safe because if they have not alerted the security agents and they were arrested, guess what? There would have been a slaughter in Ekiti State. They reported to the police who arrested them. Next, the police said they were carrying out investigation, interrogating the suspects. Now, here are the 4 things Nigeria needs to know and what came out of that interrogation. 1, they found out that these people were actually spies who has come to look out to see what Amotekun was all about. These were hunters of human being. By this I mean they were spies to see how the Yoruba land, especially Ekiti State, was well secured, and if Operation Amotekun was effective in that area. And if Operation Amotekun was effective, among other things, the only reason why they came was to see, came all the way from Kano to Ekiti State, was just to hunt for human. Remember that the members of Maeti Allah has said that they were afraid of Amotekun. Next, he said they were ready for war and would bring their kinsmen from all across Africa to come and help them in the fight and the war that has been declared on Nigeria, because they feel that Nigeria was the land given to them by God, and that they've been alienated from what has been given to them. 2, the spies has been sent not only to Ekiti State but also to other states of the southern Nigeria and the Middle Belt. They are not being sent for anything but to prepare for the war Maeti Allah, the chieftain, talked about, and to spy out what they can do and how they can effectively conquer in that war. But it will not happen. Okay? It will not happen. 3, the spies are sent out to in different forms, as herdsmen, as hawkers, and at different locations and everywhere around the country. They have actually come to look out and to see what the people we are doing and up to, so that they can effect what they've threatened. I believe that the Nigerian police will not do anything meaningful with this case, but this is to let you know that Maeti Allah, the north, not the north, sorry to say, the Fulanese herdsmen and those who are enemies of progress of Nigeria have declared war on Nigerian citizens. Remember that they've said that those that are even, I mean, the killing these days is not just to initially it was basically on Christian communities in the north. The Northeast especially has been seriously hit, and President Muhammadu Buhari will answer to this, because the international community are looking at dragging him to an international court of human rights, why he is not speaking up on the safety of the people and saying, behaving as though he is not aware of what is happening, carrying out his business as usual, as if nothing is happening in the country. Well, why do you really blame him when the highest level of education the president of a country has is WAEC? Now, so WAEC, the president of Nigeria. And we got to know that when election time begins for governors, presidents, because the competition was stiff. Somebody like Atiku Abubakar was there, and he wanted to discredit Buhari and ask him to bring his whatever form of education he had. That was when we heard for the first time that Buhari even had West African examination certificates, to his belt. But guess what? You will not totally blame him. Nigerian constitution not speculates, it not stipulates, and it not put down, say this must be the minimum requirement for somebody contesting in such an exalted position in Nigeria. So now, so the case be, Buhari na WAEC he gets, and second tenor, because of the issue that was going on, he had to present his WAEC certificate, and that WAEC certificate said, he get comma, but let's leave that for another day. So Nigerians, this is what is going on. The interrogation the police said they were having with these spies has finally come out, and their aim of what they came to do initially was to spy out Ekiti State and to prepare for the war that Maeti Allah has declared on Nigerians. People, please keep safe. Be security conscious, not just for you, for your family and your loved ones. Please be security conscious. You live in your vicinity, in your area. When you see strange looking faces that you've not seen before, now opportunity to quickly call security agency. But guess what? Even the security agencies has been compromised. My people. Anyway, this is the news for today. I would like to hear your thoughts on what you think. You've heard the news. The police investigation has been concluded, and this guy said they were there to spy out Ekiti and to see how effective Operation Amutekun is. Please leave me a comment. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. We're here to keep you up to date with all that is going on in Nigeria and around the nations of the world. Thanks for listening. Do have a good day.